Welcome back, everybody. It is spring here in Georgia, though it feels practically like summer already. I'm already kind of sweating. But hopefully fall will come quickly. But until then, it's time to enjoy some nice, cool summertime treats. So I thought I would test this product with you that I saw on Facebook, I think, with a link to Amazon. So I went right away and purchased it. You might not be able to tell what it is because it came via, I think, UPS. And it had the label right on the box, which drives me crazy. I don't like that. But even worse is they accidentally delivered it to my neighbor's house. That happens all the time. They get my packages, I get theirs. And of course, they're probably thinking, what the heck is he doing buying zombie popsicle holders? Although they know me and my Halloween obsession, so I doubt they were actually wondering too much, but it was kind of a bit of an embarrassing product to be buying, I guess, in March. So if you are going to buy one, keep that in mind. But as I said, it is a zombie popsicle holder, and I absolutely fell in love with it when I saw it. So I thought I'd buy it and show you guys what this looks like. Now, it says here on the back that you'll be dying to eat these fun zombie pops. These playful pop molds create delicious frozen treats and fun zombie characters. The silicone sleeves create detailed popsicles using your favorite ingredients. Creates 4 detailed zombie characters. Once frozen, sleeves with pops can be stored without base, saving space. Tray handles for easy mobility. And set includes a base, 4 silicone zombie sleeves, and 4 pop handles. And then there's a hidden skeleton that appears as you consume them. So before we go ahead and open the package, let's take a look on the Amazon page and see what they're saying about it. As you can see, I did purchase this 1 day ago, so it came with free, if you have Prime, 1-day delivery. And I got it today on Friday the 13th. It was a bit pricey when you're buying it with this Prime. However, there were some, I don't know if they're knockoff versions or just different sellers, but I saw these as low as $11.99. But I just, when I saw the ad for them, bought it right away without really looking around. But here you can see it's got a mold where you stick the zombies in, freeze them. There's that hidden skeleton they talk about, and they look very interesting. Now, one thing I was a little leery about is I think once this is frozen, I'm not really sure that this detail is really going to come through when you try and pull that out. As you can tell, this hand here, this yellow guy's hand, I mean, it sticks out. So one way or the other, it's going to get frozen into place and not pull out like that. But we'll see. That's what I think is going to happen. It says, create memorable treats, blah, blah, blah. Surprise and delight with skeleton sticks. Base holds pop upright while freezing. Makes a variety of frozen treats. Mix and match your favorite fruit juices, yogurts, pureed fruits, and vegetables. A vegetable pop. Leftover smoothies, ice cream, and more for unique treats every time. As we go ahead and scroll on down. I did not look at the reviews yet. Oh, by the way, it does look like they've got a whole bunch of these different pop molds, so one for every taste. But again, like I said, I did not review or look at the reviews. Let's go ahead and see. Wow, it does get mostly 5 stars, but I always like to bypass the 5 stars for the 1-star reviews. So let's go ahead and click those and see what people don't like. A horrible chemical solvent smell. The heads always break off. Interesting. Horrible chemical smell. Whoops. False advertising. It does not come with the tray. It does not state anywhere on the page that you have to buy the tray separately. Interesting. Right. Impossible to remove the pops from the sleeve. That's what I'm worried about. This one has a hole in it. Okay, well, this might be my favorite review. I'm not going to read it out loud, but you can read it right there. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these on Amazon, I will go ahead and make sure to put that link in the description below. But let's go ahead and open it up and see what we find. All right, so there's the item. There is a little instruction card. It's just one little card, and I'll read that in a second. Okay, so we've got the skeleton mold. So they've got little feet and then a little skeleton torso that's going to hold the pop on. So it looks like this is definitely a zombie man. It's got, I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and do a close-up here. But this one looks like a female. It's got a little skirt and female-looking shoes. This one could be anything. And here we go, probably another man. So I think there's really 3 men probably and 1 woman. Is that what it looks like on here? Probably. I don't know. Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. Okay, so we've got the silicone molds, which are, you can see the little faces, so that's kind of cute. Obviously, I think you would. And your tray. I really love the detail of these zombies. They all have their own sort of unique personality. This one has his arms sticking out, so that's what I'm worried about, getting that out. We'll see. There's your female with a little X for an eye. And her legs. And a couple more. Some without shoes and some with. On the back sides, they're equally detailed. Well, not equally perhaps, but they're finished on the back as well. I'm just realizing, you can mix and match the feet to the head, so there's really no rhyme or reason, although there is one clear female top. I mean, I guess it could be a guy with long hair, but I really think it's the female. Probably goes with the female legs, but doesn't have to. I'm going to go ahead now and put the sleeves into the tray. And then, I never like to read the instructions thoroughly first, but had I done so, it would suggest that they don't actually mix and match the legs. They did have a specific design for which legs go with which body. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to the end of the video for that. But they have little notches on the little foot piece that match up with a notch on the base. So that one had a little 1 tick mark. This one has 4 tick marks, which corresponds to that. So you just line up the marks, and I guess that's going to help you make sure that you get the front to the front and the back to the back. So that actually kind of makes it much easier. So there we go. Got the feet in the mold. All right, so I did not do this correctly again. You're supposed to fill the silicone sleeves to the zombie opening, which I guess when you look at the base there's a sort of rim, so we're going to fill it up to the rim. So let's go ahead and pull the legs back out. The box did have several different colors, so I went ahead and made a couple of different colored liquids. Now this is just water. I did not wash these clearly, so I'm not really planning to consume them. However, if you were, obviously you'd want to wash these first, but I don't have time for that. So let's just go ahead and try not to make a huge mess. Let's go ahead and pour yellow into this one, red, blue, and green. All right, so now we're going to put these in. So 4, 2, 1, 3. The next step is to freeze it. Now it does suggest freezing it for 4 to 6 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will not be awake in 4 to 6 hours, so I will check in again in the morning and we will see how these turn out. I believe our popsicles are ready. They have been freezing overnight, so they should be good and solid. Again, you can easily pull out the mold from the tray, but now how easy is it going to be to get the mold off the popsicle? It doesn't just pull out, that's for sure, but let's see if we can just peel it off. It's slowly coming. Okay, there we go. So once you get over the initial humps, it does pull off. And you do get that slight bit of color and detail. It's actually kind of cute. I like the way this one turned out. Definitely, I'm realizing if you want it to look like the box, you're going to need a much more solid filling. But you can see the details of the hands. They didn't break off. But this one was pretty flat, so we're going to have to check out the other ones here. That splatter kind of looks like blood. All right, let's go ahead and try this guy. Whoops. All right, I am going to move this aside and do this over the plate as these things are already dripping. Okay, well, that was unexpected. So he may not have been fully solid. Look at that. The water just sort of pours out of this guy. He broke off inside the mold, but he was certainly freezing for about 10 hours he was in the fridge, so that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and check out this guy. It might have been just that I'm pulling it off a little too hard, so let's just try and be a little more gentle with this one. Just give him a little pressure. This is the guy with the hands, so I'm a little concerned about how well they're going to come out. But there we go. All right, well, came off. His hands look like they're fully formed. The fingers are a little less defined, I think, than they are, than they are in the box. And they don't stick out perhaps quite as much as it looks like it should. But clearly, you do lose a lot of the definition. I do think the box is, of course, heavily photoshopped in my opinion. But we have one more to test. And this is one, actually, after I went down to freeze these, I changed my mind. I washed this one out and I refilled it with a Crystal Light drink mix so that we could give it an official taste test. But let's see if we can get this mold off. All right. When your fingers are wet, it tends to slip back on. It's hard to get a grip on these things. And I know I don't want this one to break like the other one. There we go. I think it's coming off. This one's a lot harder to get off than the others. But I think it's coming. And there we go. There's the woman. Now that I've made this giant mess, I'm going to go ahead and give my zombie a taste test. Actually, it tastes pretty good with the Crystal Light, but the real question is how long is this thing going to last? So let's see. It's been about 2 minutes and she still is pretty well defined. Her hands are pretty much just lumps, but you can vaguely make out the shape as long as you know what you're looking for, that this is still a zombie woman. And of course she's got her legs, so that makes it a little easier. Her face still has that big hole in for the eye, so it's vaguely reminiscent of a woman. All right, I'm about 5 minutes in, and I've noticed you can start seeing the ribs of the skeleton body, which is pretty awesome. And in fact, when you look at these lighter color ones, you can totally see the skeleton inside of it. Definitely with that red one, I know you can see it. The yellow one, I'm not sure if I noticed that when we first pulled them out. Might have been because they were still a little bit frosty, but now that it's melted just slightly, you can totally see that, and it's pretty neat. But let's continue. All right, 7 minutes in, and the head finally popped off, because as you can tell, the heads have that little bit of neckline, so it's certainly going to pop off a little bit sooner. We're almost done. A couple moments more, and I think that skeleton's going to be fully exposed. That took 9 minutes to get through that, so not too bad. I did get just a little bit impatient and started biting the last few bits of the ice just to get through it. So pretty cool. Leaves you with the little skeleton. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's kind of cannibalistic, but certainly fun, and I think kids will get a good kick out of that if you can get them out of the molds. Like I said, that one broke, but they're cool, they're fun. I do kind of wish that this bottom piece had more of a lip just to catch the drips a bit more, because there's no way to prevent that unless you are really good with your mouth. But there we go. There are my zombie popsicles. Would I recommend them? Probably, if you have kids or gonna have a fun little treat for a little Halloween party. But it only comes with 4, so you can't have many guests. The only thing is, I'm not sure I would pay the $18.99 or whatever I paid for these. Definitely go for the cheaper version, but it's kind of neat, kind of fun. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you're going to pick up some zombie popsicles, or if you have any other sort of fun zombie food making products, because I'd love to try them. But that'll do it for today. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and happy haunting.